what it basically comes down to, though, is at least in my the way that I see it, is that you agree with what you say is most scholars, which I will agree with you. Most scholars would think that. Okay, I'm fine with that. Like I said before, I know that I'm putting out there a hypothesis that goes against the grain of most historians now, but I would say that most historians now are using methods as far as the like proving historical Christ that aren't necessarily valid, and they're seeing the information through Christian lenses. And so, and you can tell that they argue for it too, like with you saying that I'm pushing goalposts, or that I'm, special pleading on these things and whatnot. I'm really not, but that's fine if you want to think that I am, but I'm really not doing it.
Well, then I would challenge you to apply the same criteria to someone like Alexander the Great or whatnot. And in trying to argue that scholars are reading through Christian lenses is just to call them biased, and that's a distraction from the actual evidence they bring up. As regarding that Josephus breaks the flow, it's not a very happy passage. He says he died. It doesn't necessarily sound like it's a very good thing if you take out the Christian interpolation. It just says there was a guy and then Pilate put him to death, but people still believed in him, and he brought over a lot of Gentiles. Anyway, let's get back to my assessment about Pilate in general. So again, you can believe in a historical person with myths. For example, there was a lot of myths about Caesar Augustus. That does not mean a person called Caesar Augustus did not exist. Again, Rudolf Bultmann believed the Gospels were myths, and even he believed there was a historical person. Just because there are myths about someone, that does not necessarily mean a historical person is not. And this, you are kind of special pleading, because you would not apply this type of reasoning to Caesar Augustus. You would not apply this type of reasoning to Hannibal. We could say legendary counts revolved around Hannibal. I mean, he brought elephants across the Alps. I mean, we don't even know how he would have been able to do that without modern technology today. How would he been able to have done that, for example? Maybe the Romans just invented him. Maybe that's just a legendary embellished account. No one actually denies that that actually happened, or that he was at least an historical person. Myths can revolve around a person in and of itself. That's not going to threaten the case for the historical person, basically in and of itself.